Well, one person commented, and they thought that Brothers would be a great group name. And you know what? I agree with them. Honestly, if 10 of you commented Butthead, I probably would have picked Brothers. So, for the first time ever, Brothers, welcome to the Johnny Show. So I think I should address the elephant in the room. Hey, elephant. Anyways, I posted this video so many days late. I literally told you guys I'd post a new video every 4 days, and I think I stuck to that schedule for 2 videos, but I actually have a legit excuse. It's because I'm awesome. I'm so awesome that people thought it'd be funny to steal my identity. I've had to deal with identity theft for the last few days. I don't know why, but I think people just think my life is so awesome that they just want to use my name and take money out of the bank. Now, joke's on them because I'm a broke university student, so I really had nothing to give them. But yeah, I figured since I've been dealing with identity theft, I might as well give you guys a clearer picture of what my identity actually is. So this episode is going to be dedicated to my identity. All right? Let's start. So the first segment is called Know Your Host, and this is just a fancy way of saying it's a Q&A. I'll answer a few questions and hopefully you get to know me a little better after this segment. Alright, so it starts off, what's your name? Well, my full name is Jonathan Gauthier. You guys know me as Johnny Gauthier, and then all my friends know me as John Gauthier. So really pick one and run with it. Next question is, how old are you? I'm 21. Yes, I am doing this at 21. That's the saddest part about all this. What are your dreams? Honestly, I don't really have one. I'm a family guy, so my dream is one day to have a family, live a normal life, and then die. But if I had to pick one, like I said before, this whole show is inspired on the idea that I would like to be a talk show host one day. So I guess I'd like to be a talk show host. Now this is where it gets weird. Would you rather have an extra arm or an extra leg? Honestly, this is a stupid question because obviously an extra arm. When have you ever wanted an extra leg? You just want an extra arm. You have your hands full. It'd be great to have an extra arm. And either way, I've been told I've had a third leg before. Okay, I'm sorry. I had to get that out. That was the first joke I thought of when I saw the question. Would you slap your girlfriend for $1 million? Yeah, obviously. What? Are you kidding me? If I ever get a girlfriend that says no to that question, are you kidding me? We're on the same team. Why wouldn't you? It's one slap. One slap for $1 million? And I guess it's about the principle, but forget the principle. It's $1 million. Just take one for the team. I think an important question on a first date is, would you let me slap you for $1 million? That says so much about a person. If they say no, bye-bye. That's my hand waving. Bye-bye. I would use my hand to slap you, but you said no. So, bye-bye. And on that positive note, we conclude the segment. So now that you basically know everything about me, I think it's time for me to give you guys advice. Now the only question is, what kind of advice would you guys like? I think the best type of advice is dating advice because we're social creatures, we're supposed to mingle, so I figured if I can give you some advice that you can take home and maybe apply to your everyday dating life, that'll be a win for both of us. I think I should start with, how do you even ask a girl out? Well, obviously, easy answer is DM her, because you don't really do it in person nowadays. That's stupid. Now, the rest of the advice that I'm about to give you is actually not mine. It's someone else's that he gave me, and I'm about to forward it to you. Basically, in high school, I had to sit beside this guy, and we weren't really friends, but I knew of him and he knew of me, and it's just kind of one of those things where we became like little class buddies. Weren't enough to be friends, but not strangers, you know what I mean? So we were talking one day, and I saw on his phone, he had a lot of DMs, and I was like, why do you have so many DMs from so many people? And he said that he DMs 10 people a day. Now, he's straight, so he DM'd 10 girls a day. And I was like, are you serious? And he said, yeah, for the last week, I've DM'd 10 girls a day. That's 70 girls that he's DM'd in a week. Now, this guy wasn't unattractive, but he wasn't Tom Cruise either. So he said that the best way to get women is to just have them in a line and ask. Now, this is where I got mad. He explained it, and it sort of made sense. Now, hear me out. He said that everyone has a hit ratio. What's a hit ratio? Well, he said that it's the probability of you getting a yes from the other person when you ask them out. So some guys are really hot and they'll get a 70% hit ratio. So 7 out of 10 women will say yes to his question. So he basically just said it's simple math. Even if you have a 1% hit ratio, if you ask out 100 girls, you're going to get one response. So he's saying, imagine if you have a high one, you're going to get so many responses. And I was like, you know what? I hate how that makes sense. So that's my advice to you. If you are looking for love, Look everywhere. It's like when you're looking for your keys. Look at every single corner and every nick and cranny, and maybe you'll find something that'll satisfy you for a few years. Alright, so we're gonna take a quick break because I see a spider on my wall right now. Excuse me. Alright, break over. I would have recorded me killing it, but here's what basically happened. Alright, so just a recap of what we've done today. I've given you a whole portfolio of who I am and what I am. I've also given you my advice, and it's good advice. Now, the only thing left to do is for me to give you my opinion on something. And I know you didn't ask for it, but you kind of did by clicking this video, right? TikTok. I'm obviously very late on the topic of TikTok, but you gotta cut me some slack here. The show started like 2 weeks ago. In my opinion, TikTok is an easy target. It's the new app on the block. We are a world of hate. So anything new that sprouts up and finds success, we're gonna throw hate at it, including me. Because when I first saw it, I was like, what is this? And why is it on my feed all the time? I couldn't stand it. I thought it was just trying to be Vine. And I was like, you know what? Vine's dead. It had its time. Let it go. But sure enough, I went through the phases. I went through the phase of, you know what? I'm going to download this and see what happens. I'm just going to look at it and probably going to delete it tomorrow. Then the next day came and I found myself scrolling, and scrolling. And I wasn't even really enjoying the content. It was just captivating though. I couldn't take my eyes off it. So I still have it to this day. And I downloaded it probably like 6 months ago. So obviously TikTok won. There's just so much roastability on the whole app. Like there's so many things I can talk about that is too good. But it's already been talked about. Like I said, this is old news. This show's new news. You know, I'm not even going to go over. I'm just going to basically just give my opinion on the overall general content. And honestly, it can be funny. There are some talented people on there. You see singing, you see dancing. Yeah, you can see some sports highlights on there. It's great. I love the whole app for that. Now, what I don't love, I don't love lip syncing. I think that is the worst trend that TikTok has brought upon our humanity. The level of talent it requires is so small, but the level of praise we give people who can lip sync is so big. I'll never understand. Like, look at this video from Addison Rae.
I hope you get a paper cut on your tongue from a razor.
2 million views for that? Are you kidding me? And the worst part is, she's off.
On your tongue from a razor.
She had one job, and she still lip-synced it wrong. It's also just the whole attitude of the whole, like, TikToker. Like, look at this video of Addison, actually, explaining the hard work it takes to become a TikToker.
Yeah, I feel like there's no, like, criteria. Okay. Besides, like, being a hard worker and, like, someone that's willing to, you know, like, work and get where we all are and, like, I guess, like, stay motivated throughout it all.
I think the conclusion that can be drawn from this is that TikTok itself isn't that bad because it's just another platform that can share videos. But it's like the whole TikTok community and how they take themselves so seriously. Like, if we did that, like, if I did that in high school, like what they do right now, film themselves dancing and, like, flirting with the camera, I would never see anything other than the inside of a toilet. I just can't comprehend why TikTok is seen as cool, like, by these 12-year-olds. I want to get it. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of my parents when they just don't get, like, younger technology or apps or whatever like that. This is the first time I'm feeling old and looking back and thinking, why are the kids doing this? All right, now that you guys know me, my advice, and my opinions, I think we can end today's episode with the quote of the day. And today's quote of the day is, drumroll please while I think of one. There's no sound, I'm just adding it. I'm going to add it. Don't forget, John. Oh, I got it. TikTok? More like frick talk. There you go. I'm going to try to get back on schedule. Hopefully no one tries to steal my identity again. Hate it when that happens, you know? But okay. See you next week, brothers.